Now listen, what I want to talk to you about is all those weird stories that you see on the internet. Do you know what I mean? You know, like skateboarding, cats, or I saw Jesus in a piece of toast. You know, all those sorts of stories. So I saw this on the net, right? An American sex scientist is working on giving women the perfect orgasm. I'm thinking, perfect? Mate, an orgasm would be a start, do you know what I mean? What are you gonna do to make it perfect? Run a Hoover round afterwards? That's ridiculous. This guy's looking at me like, how do I become a sex scientist? You look like you really do a lot of experimenting on your own, yeah. Mum, I told you to knock, I'm researching. Just your whole bed covered by tissue flowers. But, yes, I know you. But this guy, yeah, his name is Dr. Barry Komisaruk. And apparently, well, first of all, can I say, right, no man called Barry has ever been an expert at anything, let alone giving a woman an orgasm. Can I just say that? But apparently, according to his website, it says that he's an expert in this field. Well, I say field. Mine's more of a bush. Think hedgehog with its throat slit. Oh, what? Look at me. Don't be ridiculous. Of course it's not. It's more of a yawning cat. But we don't have any, like, famous sex scientists here in the UK, right? But what we do have, this is genuinely true, we do have Lisa Turner, who is an orgasm coach. Now, how exactly does that work? An orgasm coach. What does she do? Okay, girls, gather round. Now, you've had a good game, but you really need to pull your finger out. Yeah. And then maybe stick it back in again, eh? Yeah? Maybe a thumb up the... Anyways, so what else has been going on the net? Well, here's another story for you, right? An 18-year-old lad has been forced to marry a cow. Oh, why? Oh, because he got caught having sex with it. This happened in India. It's brilliant. I know that there's some people in Norfolk probably thinking, yeah, and your point is? Brilliant. You're just sitting there thinking, but that would make one hell of a tit wank, right? Right, this happened because the guy said the cow was flirting with him. How does a cow actually flirt with you? Like, what does it do? Like, laugh at all your jokes and then go, oh my God, that is such a coincidence because I love Glee too. Do you want to see the cow? Yeah, why not? Let's take a look at the cow. There she is. Now, what we've done, we've blacked out her eyes, not to protect our identity, but to protect you, because she's actually winking under that. And I know that you wouldn't be able to resist. So that's for you, sunshine. Brilliant. But actually, one of the villages where this guy's from said, actually, he's a very quiet kid. I'm thinking to myself, no shit, he fucks cows. You're not exactly going to put that on your Facebook status, are you? Hey, went shopping, saw the new Shrek film, fucked a cow. Awkward smiley. The funniest viral I saw this week was of 3 West Country teenagers who were caught joyriding a double-decker bus. Now, they would have actually got away with it. The police hadn't a clue who had stolen the bus, except that one of the teenagers posted a clip of it on YouTube. Right? That is Jedward levels of stupidity. That's like stabbing someone in the face with your passport. But let's have a look at the clip. Here it is.
I can drive cars and lorries, you can't... No, don't do that, you rolled the bus over.
Oh.
How do you feel?
I feel good, man.
What are you driving?
A double-decker.
Where is natural selection when you need it? But actually, I was looking at this girl's driving thinking, that isn't bad. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you take a 25 bus round my way, and if the driver doesn't mash up a bunch of cars as he's going along, some old lady will be like, this driver must be new. Do you know what I mean? Now, this is my favourite story from the web this week. A 72-year-old man is going to be a father for the 13th time. What I'm thinking is, do 72-year-old men still come? Seriously, though, it must just come out like dust. Do you know what I mean? It must be like, do you know when you squeeze a talcum powder bottle too hard? You know? Like when he comes on his wife's tits, is she like, there we go. Oh, hey, is that why old people's homes are covered in dust? Yeah, or like, you know when you get an old book and you just open it and you're like... Granddad! Seriously, though. What must it be like having sex with a 72-year-old man? Do you think, like, halfway through he forgets what he went in there for? And, like, when he has an orgasm, do you think he makes the same sound he makes when he's getting up out of a chair? Like, oh, dear. And maybe they're having some big old, you know, real night of passion or whatever, and he's like, say my name, say my name. And she's like, Arthur. And he's like, who? Oh, yes, that's me, that's me. But no, to be fair to him, though, his wife has said that he's a really great dad. You know, for example, she might say, you know, we're out of nappies. He's like, you could use one of mine. We're out of talcum powder. Now, a Swiss toy fair has caused a little bit of upset with their inflatable slide, which is in the shape of the Titanic. At least this one floats, right? Look at that little girl. She's like, I'm sliding, Jack, I'm sliding. They should make an inflatable Kate Winslet for the dads. Yeah. But people have been complaining about this. One guy said it's sick. It's like having a bouncy graveyard. The organisers are like, well, you should see what we got planned for next year. Huh? An inflatable Fritzl ride where the kids slide straight down into an underground dungeon. All right. Well, Ryanair have been in the news again, this time because they want to introduce standing seats so they can cram more passengers onto the plane. This is what they're going to look like. It looks like Nemesis at Alton Towers. Yeah, they should go the whole hog, do you know what I mean? And just have the pilot go, scream if you want to go faster! I mean, what's the brace position going to be like on this thing? Do you know what I mean? When you get off, are you going to get your luggage or a picture of you and your mates? I survived Ryanair! You know, they're already charging for using the toilets. What are they going to charge for next? You know, in the event of a sudden loss of oxygen, cash machines are located here, here, and here. It is ridiculous, you know. You have to stand, you can't use the toilets, they dump you 200 miles from where you want to be. Fly Ryanair, it's like being kidnapped. All right, so I got sent this week. A man claims he was raped by a whale. Happy now, Greenpeace. Didn't see that on the blue planet, eh? And here, in the bluey depths, the lone snorkeler is oblivious to the approaching 10-foot cock. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Maybe this didn't happen when the guy was swimming. Maybe he was just innocently sunbathing. I mean, you could be 8 foot up a beach and still get 2 foot a whale chopper. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is it. Oh. Massive, eh? Couldn't eat a whole one. Now, can you imagine the next day for this guy walking into the pub, obviously wants to keep it quiet, you know, walks in, sits down, bar stool goes straight through him. Thank you. Thank the whale. But obviously the police realised that this might be a hoax when the guy gave some additional details about himself. This is genuinely true. He gave his address as the TARDIS. Suck my cock lane. Kent. A monkey has escaped from Edinburgh Zoo, right? That's the monkey. It's not this monkey. Although it could be this monkey. They all look the same to me. Oh, racist. But, you know, to be fair, the park keepers should have been suspicious when they heard the monkeys going, ha, ha. You know, letting bits of soil fall out the bottom of his trousers as he's walking around. But I mean, this monkey has been on the run for days, do you know what I mean? How come they haven't been able to find the monkey in Scotland? Where's it going to go to blend in, apart from Weatherspoons? Is there a local guy going, hey, David, who's that rather sophisticated young man sitting in the corner, drinking a pint of heavy from a teacup? And the monk will be there going, a good day to you, sir. Rather clement this time of year, don't you find? I know what's happened. The monkey's gone back to Africa. But it'd be so hard for it to just sort of adjust, having been brought up in Scotland. He'd probably be there going, hey, you, hey, Mufasa. Any chance of deep frying those bananas? But look, to be fair to the zookeepers, you can't practice what to do in the event of a monkey escaping. Or can you? Every year, a Japanese zoo does a drill on practicing how to recapture animals, right? I promise you, this is an actual clip of footage of one of the drills that they do. Have a look at this. There you go, run away, yeah. You don't want to be mauled by an out-of-work actor. Oh! Oh! Yeah, milk it, mate. There we go. 3 years at RADA, not wasted. All right, so this week on the web, housewife Brenda Parks, here she is. Poor Brenda, she was conned out of £60,000 by a man she met on an internet dating site. She was conned by this guy who claimed to be a Dutch businessman called Bradford Broadcoal. Typical Dutch name, right? But her suspicions should have probably been raised when they had their first phone call and he was on the end of the phone going, yes, I'm wearing clogs, I'm cycling my bike, I'm very upset about this footballing cop, damn Howard Webb, and I'm Dutch, I'm not Nigerian at all, at all, at all. See, this would never happen the other way around, right? You would never get an English guy conning a Nigerian woman out of money. Nigerian women are way too savvy about money. Like, they love haggling, right? You could say to a Nigerian woman, okay, that's £2, please. She'd say, okay, darling, what I'm going to do is make you an offer. £1.50. And you say, no. You say, no, it's £2. You say, okay, that one was a joke. £1. And you say, no, it's £2. You say, okay, this is going to be my last offer to you, okay? 50 pence. And you say, no, it's £2, and actually, you're holding up the whole bus. Nigerian women also, they always point with their lips at stuff. I don't know what. Always do that. And when they get really good at it, they can talk at the same time. Like, my mum does it all the time. She's like, move this one, I'll put it here. This week's internet knob is an American man who... he's designed a car with built-in toilets. This is it. Imagine taking that onto Dragon's Den. Well, what it is, Mr. Valentine. It's a car that you can take shit in. I'm out. Or going on Pimp My Ride and getting that back. Westwood, what have you done to my car? Yeah, I think we might have fucked this one up a little bit. It's ridiculous. I'd hate to be the Churchill dog on the back of that as well. You'd be like, oh no, no. Oh, but bless, look at the kid. He looks so proud, doesn't he? Oh, I love you, Daddy. I don't know why Mummy left us. But look, this is something that these two would like, okay? There's a new restaurant in Tokyo that's toilet-themed. Here's a clip from the restaurant. Yeah. So essentially, he's eating out of a shitter. And wondering why he's eating alone. Anyway, you think that's bad. This is also from the restaurant. Take a look. The only thing that would complete that is just sprinkling sweet corn on the top. Now. This is my life. This is what I do all fucking week. You know what it's like? Now, I've got to tell you, right, I am not a big fan of Facebook applications, all right, but this one I love. Fat Booth, yeah? Which shows you what you would look like if you were an American. So I've had a little play, actually, and I've been playing with some pictures. So this is me, yeah? Me. In the Nutty Professor. There we go. I've done some of the other people on the show tonight, so this is Jack Whitehall. You still would? You're insane, woman. He'd break your back. Look at the size of him. And of course, our lovely host, Patrick Kilty. Take a look. There we go. What's the WTF on the WWW this week? Well, Swedish archaeologists have found an 8,000-year-old dildo. Yeah. Didn't see that on Jurassic Park, eh? Unless I missed Jurassic Park 4, The Hunt for Hot Cock. This is typical of the sex-obsessed Swedes, isn't it? That, elsewhere on the continent, people would have been trying to, desperately discover fire or invent the wheel. What they've done, basically, is converted their caves into saunas and been chiseling rocks into double-enders. It's ridiculous. Their time team would be pretty amazing, don't you think? So, Sven, what have you discovered? Well, I've discovered a pterodactyl sucking off a brontosaurus. Oh, fantastic. And, Sven, what have you got? Well, nothing. I'm just masturbating. This week's internet knob is a man who robbed a New York bank dressed as Darth Vader. This, right, is it the geezer's gone the whole hog and worn the full outfit? Do you know what I mean? If you're robbing a bank, all you need is the mask. The tape, bruv, that's just for you. So Ricky was at home just going, too much? Not enough. He's gone in already with the gun drawn, but there's a queue. He's gonna have to wait his turn. You know what I mean? To cashier number 4, please come. Sorry, I really want it to be the real Darth Vader. Like he goes in there and he's like, I've lost my job, I can't see my kids, and my home was destroyed by rebel forces. So put the money in the fucking bag. Now, there was a time when if somebody did something stupid, only the people there would know what they'd done. But thanks to the internet, we're now able to enjoy people's stupidity over and over and over again. So for this, YouTube, I salute you.
That's going down.
Yes, it is.
That's going through.
Yeah, me too. Does anyone actually feel sorry for him? You're just wishing he'd headbutted it. Looking good, people. Are we well? Excellent. So I've been on the internet, researching the internet, and this is what I found out about the internet. Get this, right? The internet has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, exactly. Take that in for a moment. Because the internet, it's not even a person. It's not even a thing. It's the internet. Do you know what I mean? It's not been a slow year for peace if the internet is up for an award. We've obviously all been a little bit killy, haven't we? Eh? But it's been a slow year for the Nobel panel all round, because apparently the science prize is going to go to the bloke that invented Febreze. So, what are you going to do, eh? Nothing says homely more than pine freshness, masking poo. What I don't understand, right, is how the internet actually brings about peace anyways. This is a medium where you can post an innocent, lovely, harmless clip on YouTube of a kitten maybe frolicking in the garden, and someone somewhere will put on the comments page, I want to kill all Jews. Why can't they nominate something practical that actually does bring about peace? Like a phone call to your mum, eh? Or a nice cup of tea, or the phrase, come on lads, we've all had a drink. And who's going to accept the awards as well? Did they even ask Jeeves? But I've done a bit of digging around, and I actually found out that what they're planning on doing, if the internet does win, they're going to get some 13-year-old Justin Bieber fan. But I'm going to warn the Nobel Prize panel, you know, they might invite that kid, but don't be surprised if what actually turns up is some fat, crusty, middle-aged man just combing out his pubes in his underpants. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. And what's the acceptance speech going to be? I'd just love to thank the Nobel Peace Prize panel for hot single girls in your area. And for the real acknowledgement of the internet and how it's helped to enlarge your penis. So what else has been happening on the web? Well, very exciting. The official royal wedding website has launched. Oh, you excited about that? Yeah. It's got lots of information about the big day and obviously pictures of the happy couple, some of them from when they were a little bit younger. Now, I'm going to be the one to have to say it. Will, he's not aging well. He's not, is he? Because he used to be gorgeous, didn't he? He used to look like his mum. He's starting to look like his dad. And now he's in this weird in-betweeny stage where he sort of looks like a bald Diana. Oh, look at him. Oh, bless. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. There's loads of stuff about Diana on the website as well. I was looking at the website on my mobile earlier, but it crashed when I went into a tunnel. We miss her. Come on, man up. She's been dead for 14 years. But what I don't understand, right, is the papers have been quite mean about Kate because they're going on about the royal family, like referring to her as being a commoner. And this is ridiculous. I hardly think Charles is going to be standing at the entrance of the church going, groom or scum? Scum? Okay, very good. Outside. But the royal family do know that they've got to make sure they represent, you know, how diverse our society is. I can just picture them sitting around the table at Clarence's house just going, come on, one of us must know a black person. Prince Philip's like, what about not the staff? But they got to hurry up. They got to hurry up and pick some, you know, get some people involved in this wedding because, you know, people are starting to get booked up. And soon it's just going to be, the choices are going to be me or Matt Lucas. You know what I mean? How are we doing? Are you week? Well, you know what it's like when you find like fun clips of like really cute kids on the internet and they've uploaded something on YouTube? Well, this week I found something from this really sweet 10-year-old boy called Andrew. I'll just show you a little picture of Andrew first. This is Andrew. Oh, bless. And he's made something called The Andrew Show. Let's have a look. This is The Andrew Show.
The new Disney princess movie? No. It's called The Princess and the Frog. The princess is a black, so that is good for all the black kids out there. But the prince is white. It is all about how race mixing is good. But race mixing is wrong. And there won't be any more white kids. So don't race mix.
He's like the racist cousin of the kid from Sixth Sense. Race mixing apparently is wrong, says the ginger kid sitting with his sister on his lap. If there was ever an argument for widening the gene pool, it's these two dickheads, isn't it? It's amazing. This is from a genuine channel. It's a white supremacist channel called White Pride TV. They've got other shows on the channel as well. They've got Coach Trip. Obviously, all the black people have to sit at the back. Postman Pat and his completely white cat. And then they've even got their own version of X Factor. We've got a little clip of it here for you. Is how did this little kid become so racist? You know what I mean? What happened? Did Michael Jackson not call after a sleepover or something? I don't understand. Obviously what's happened is he's been indoctrinated by his racist parents, but they're going to get their comeuppance. Because like every teenager, when he gets to 16, he's going to rebel. You can picture it now, can't you? Yeah, exactly. Mom, Dad, this is Shaniqua. And little Tyree. Yeah. So, this week's hot app is something called Skyver. Now, basically what it does is it creates excuses to get time off work and then texts your boss. So, yeah. But how lazy do you have to be to need an app to call in sick? You're getting a day off. The least you can do is haul yourself out of bed and make the call. Do you know what I mean? Like, and also, what boss is going to believe an automated text message? Andy will not be coming in. He or she will return to work on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, June. But the thing about calling in sick, I don't know about you, but I feel quite nostalgic about it. It's a tradition. It's a ritual. There's a ritual to it. Prep for the phone call. Obviously, telly off, right? Everyone knows sick people don't watch telly. We all know that. And then don't let yourself wake up too much as well, because then you've got the croaky voice, haven't you? Got to have the croaky voice. Everyone does the croaky voice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not coming in. Yeah. And you do the croaky voice, whatever's wrong with you as well, don't you? Like, yeah, broken leg, yeah. It's true, so true. And then if your boss starts asking too many questions, drop the L-bomb. Boom, ladies' problems. Guaranteed conversation ender. And by the way, anyone can use that. Blokes, if you want to call in sick with ladies' problems, just do it, bruv. Do it. Yeah, all right, it's Steve. Yeah, I'm not coming in. Ladies' problems, innit? Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend wants to get engaged. So what's been going on in the world of technology and all that sort of good stuff? Well, it's been a big week for the United Geekdom. This week, the Nintendo 3DS and the iPad 2 launched. Woo! And they sold out within days. In fact, when the doors of the Apple Store opened, there was a queue all the way down Regent Street, 300 virgins long. Come on, we all know it. Now, there was a guy who queued for 33 hours to be the first in line to get the first iPad. This is him, Jules Lewis. Yeah. his imaginary friends taking up positions 2, 3, and 4 there. But 33 hours, I wouldn't queue 33 hours for a kidney. This is ridiculous. If you worked in the Apple store, wouldn't there be a part of you that would be tempted to just open the door and go, oh, sorry, mate, no, it's next Friday. Yeah, you must be using the calendar on the old iPad, innit? Yeah. See you next week, bro. But anyway, so we've got a little clip of Jules. He was asked why it's so important to him to be the first in line to get the iPad. This is him.
If you're a competitor in the Olympics, you always want to get that gold medal.
If you are a competitor in the Olympics, you always want to get the gold. Jules, you are not Usain Bolt, you know what I mean? It took you 33 hours to do 100 metres. This is ridiculous. That is lazier than darts. And the thing about him as well, he's a financial advisor. Yeah, that's the sort of example we need, isn't it? Take 2 days off work and then spunk all your wages on a digital tray. Cheers, Jules. But what I don't understand as well is queuing for an iPad. The iPad is essentially a toy. Because people always say, oh, no, it's a work tool. Yeah, you can get Excel on it and, like, you can do spreadsheets and stuff like that. Bullshit, right? The first thing that people are going to do is download Angry Birds and fat boob their mates. That's it. Come on, let's do it. Let us be honest now. But the reason people like, you know, the iPads and the iPhones and all those products, the thing that people really love about it is doing that, don't they? They love that. They love that swish. Yeah. And I would love it if real life actually worked like that. Like if you've had enough of your boyfriend's face. No. No. Or go back. Or like if you meet a bloke that you really like the look of, but you want to upgrade him a little bit. Ooh, just expand that. Perfect. Right? Yep. So every now and again, I get to bring a good news story to Stand Up for the Week, and this is one of them. The story is about two people who met via internet dating. Here they are, Sarah and George. Only to find out that they're actually brother and sister. Yeah, they said, we've got so much in common. Like 98% of your DNA. And as well, what did she put on her profile? Like 42-year-old stunner, 6 Gandalf lookalike. Oh my God. The most surprising thing about this story is that she is 42. You would be disappointed if you look like that at 62, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm not being rude or anything, but honey, get some fruit. Do you know what I mean? Go Pilates or something. I don't know what it is. But this has been represented as a good news story, and it is, of course it is, as long as that conversation happened before anything had happened. Because what you don't want to have is, oh my God, what a coincidence. My brother's got a mole on his cock too. I thought, what's he doing? Come on, we don't want that. But to be honest, right, I'll see you later. Is it too much for you? Really? Are you with your sister, or what is it? Is it? Most people would be offended by that. It was like, yeah, now I'm going to go and have a crafty wank about it. Well, I'll see you later. Oh, too much? But to be fair, looking at them, it doesn't look like it's the first case of incest in their bloodline. Just trying to imagine what their family tree would look like. It's probably just a bamboo rod. Do you know what I mean? Just completely straight. Oh, they couldn't keep their 6-finger hands off each other. Oh, bless them. But it'll be fine, you know, eventually things will settle down and they'll get into the normal sibling rivalry that people have. They'll be like brothers and sisters up and down the country. I want to go on top. No, I want to go on top. No, I want to go on top. What? I'm talking about bunk beds. You sick fucks. No, I meant fucking, yeah. Happening on the web this week? Well, it's been in the press that 1 in 5 divorces are caused by Facebook. Yeah? The other 4 are caused by men. It's a fact. But the problem is, you see, is that back in the day, because nowadays it's too easy, Facebook makes it too easy. If you wanted to try and track down an ex back in the day, you'd have to ring their mum or something, do you know what I mean? You'd be like, Mrs. Harris, yeah, it's Dave. I used to date your daughter. Is she in? She's not. All right, is there any chance you could send me a picture of her? Because I was thinking about poking her, innit? You can't do that. And the problem with Facebook is, the reason it's so easy to track people down is because we put so much information on there. We might as well be walking down the high street with a megaphone going, my favourite film is The Matrix, and this morning I had a piss in the shower. Don't judge me. I never get out of this foot. But the thing is, like, say if you meet a bloke in a club or something, as soon as he's got your full name, he turns into the Terminator. Do you know what I mean? He's literally like, name Andi Osho, age restricted, putting out probability high. Come with me if you want to breed. I know, it's like he's in the room. But see, the thing is with Facebook as well, we put everything on. We put our thoughts, we put our feelings, we tell people what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's like a diary, but a diary that anyone can read. Like if Anne Frank had been on Facebook, the Germans would have found her so fucking fast. Very ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like status, in loft. Oh. The SS likes this. So what else has been happening on the web? Well, 3 Virgin Media employees have been sacked for placing dodgy bets on last year's X Factor using inside information. But I'm thinking, inside information? What exactly were they betting on? Do you know what I mean? Like the exact time that Simon Cowell's fiancée realises he's never going to marry her. Or what else are they betting on? Maybe how many toilet attendants at Cheryl Cole's favourite nightclub have taken self-defence classes? Yeah, her people want us to forget she's all a bit punchy in the toilets, doesn't she? But my people don't forget. See, Cheryl, if you like hitting black people so much, why don't you go out with Chris Brown? See how that works out for you. I'm just saying. But this year's X Factor is going to be pretty rubbish because Simon Cowell's not going to be doing it. Some people, I don't think... What we like about X Factor is the fact that Simon Cowell is a bit of a bastard to the contestants. If they want to make this work, they're going to have to get someone who's a bigger bastard than him. My money's on Robert Mugabe. I think that would be a... There he is. That is quality, isn't it? That is good. Yeah, your rendition of Poker Face was terrible. 40 years in prison. Exciting news on Twitter. Richard Branson has announced that he's diving to the depths of the ocean in a one-man submarine. Here he is. There we go. And apparently the cockpit, aptly named, is only 4 foot square. And I'm thinking, how is he going to fit his massive head in there? But the bad news for him is, though, that if he does run into difficulty, there's absolutely no way of rescuing him. Good news is, though, that if he does run into difficulty, there's absolutely no way of rescuing him. He should just forget all these balloon rides and all these record attempts or whatever. He should just concentrate on the basic stuff, like the speed of my shitting broadband. Up to 20 meg. Up to 20 meg. What is that? Maybe I should pay up to £30 a month. How do you like that? £10 a month at peak times. And also the trains, £200 to get to Manchester. It's ridiculous. You know what I hope is when he goes down in the submarine, right, it gets to 30,000 feet and there's a tannoy inside that cockpit. Oh, we regret to inform you that to complete the rest of your journey, you'll need to use a bus replacement service. How yours, Branson? I'm here to talk about all things to do with the web. The CIA have arrested a Filipino man after buying an American spy plane from him that he was selling on eBay. Which is amazing. I'm thinking, who else is bidding as well? I'm just sort of picturing Osama bin Laden at his laptop, do you know what I mean? Like, the bidding has closed. Damn this cave Wi-Fi. Rashid was right. I should have gone to Starbucks. I'm thinking, to be fair to this Filipino guy, probably eBay is the only place that you could get rid of something weird like a spy plane. You know, he can hardly go on WeBuyAnyPlane.com, can he? Or do you know what I mean? Go down his local pub. DVD, spy plane. You can't do that. Or like stick it in the yellow pages or something like that. Hello, military hardware for you. You want it, we steal it. Oh, yes. I was wondering, do you have a Class 2 American spy plane? Oh, you do? Oh, wonderful. Can you keep it for me? Oh, yes, my name. It's Gaddafi. Gaddafi. Right, somebody else that has used the auction website, David Beckham's sister, because she's so broke, she's been selling her stuff on eBay. This is Lynn. Here she is. Oh dear. It's awkward, isn't it? Because someone's got to say it, and I suppose it should be me. I am wondering if they have different dads. They've definitely got different metabolisms, haven't they? But the one thing they do have in common is they both love Galaxy. What? One of the items that dear old Lynn was selling was this wedding dress. But it only went for £5. I know, kept its value. But she claims that she's tried to raise money all kinds of different ways. And I'm thinking, have you even considered football? Do you know, because she might be missing a trick. Do you know what I mean? I'm just imagining, the local comprehensive school Monday morning, and the teacher's like, I know, children, I can't believe it myself, but here it is, in writing, confirmed, a coaching session with Beckham. In walks Lynn, football under her arm. Morning, boys and girls. The kids are like, well, it does sound like him. But you know what? It is really difficult for siblings of famous people because, it's hard. If you both come from the same background and your brother or sister goes on to do amazing things and you don't. Like, I've got a couple to show you, right? Let's have a look at one, okay? Does anyone know who this is the sister of? It's Madonna. This is Madonna's younger sister, Melanie. This is... Melanie is 46. Yes, some 30 years younger than her sister. Here's another one, right? Here's another one. Okay, who do you reckon that is? Cheryl Cole. That is Andrew Tweedy, Cheryl Cole's brother. Just look at her face. She's like, fucking what? But it is amazing, because there's Cheryl Cole. She's trying to crack the US. And he's just trying crack. What else has been happening around the world? Well, this is a story from the former Soviet state Armenia, where a 75-year-old woman has taken down the country's entire internet service by cutting through a cable. I know what you're thinking. What, both Armenia's computers? It is scary to think that an old woman can fuck up a country just like that simple. It's like hearing that George Osborne's nan has tidied away the budget. Do you know what I mean? But I am thinking, what would it be like if we lost the internet over here? Do you know what I mean? Like social network, we'd have to talk to each other, and the entire male population will be waddling around with testicles the size of space hoppers, won't they? Must get porn. They hurt. So what's happening on the web this week? Well, I'm talking about love. That's what I'm talking about. Because some people will do anything for love. There is a woman called Sharon Bridges, who's 34 years old, and she left her husband, her job, her son, left everything behind to go to America to marry a guy called Ricky, who for the last 14 years had been in prison for manslaughter. Yeah, that is some catch. Woo-hoo! He's a real lady killer. Basically, they met through this pen pal website for prisoners. Now, I'm thinking, I've made some mistakes when it comes to online dating, but I've never been like, hello, if they list their hobbies as involuntary manslaughter. I'm sorry, that's a no. That's a big no. But to be fair to it, it's quite refreshing that there is a website where someone has to say up front that they're a killer, because normally you only find out when the water's sort of seeping into the boot around you. But this woman, seriously, Sharon, she gave up everything to go and be with this guy. And all I'm thinking is, how big did this guy say his dick was? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can see this shit from Google Earth, all right? But they were married for nearly 20 months, and then he got released from prison, and then she ended up living in the LA projects. And to be fair, I mean, that was difficult for her, but it was hard for him as well, because he had to adjust to life on the outside, you know, this new freedom, the fact that he didn't have to take orders from people, the fact that now he was getting the blowjobs. It was very hard for him. It's very hard for him. But I don't know why she thought that this guy was going to be a catch. You know what I mean? Can you imagine him coming down the lift in Take Me Out? You know what I mean? This is Ricky from LA. Let the gangbangers see the bitches. Oh, not like it. All right, then. Well, this is Stuart, who's got his own claw hammer and transit van. Some people say he's shallow, but not as shallow as the grave he's going to be digging you. An Arizona sheriff, I love this story, an Arizona sheriff has caused an internet phenomenon by posting a mugshot of the day feature on the sheriff's website. So basically what this means is that people can actually vote for their favourite mugshot. These are some of my favourites. Could kill, eh? There we go. You mock him, but this guy can live underwater for 3 weeks. All right? Let's have a look at another one. I was meant to go to work, but then I got high. Oh, my God. Amen, amen, amen. What has he been cutting his cocaine with? Pure hyena. Jesus. But the thing is, if you Google mugshots, you will just come up with a raft of freakazoids. They're all out there online. This is one of my other favourite ones. Have a look at this. Woo! He was arrested for criminal damage. Yeah, vandalising his own mouth. It's like a one-man zebra crossing, isn't it? It's ridiculous. I'm thinking if he decides to go straight, he could be a hole punch, couldn't he? Or a wicket. Let's have a look at one more. Model's own. This lady, she quit her job and went on a 2-day bender. But she was actually arrested for trying to buy grass. Trying to buy grass! Trying to buy grass! Yeah. When she was released on bail, she gave the sheriff a pat on the back. Fuck you, this is happening, all right? Just deal with it, deal with it. She asked for 25 other crimes to be taken into consideration. I know, you said, Andy, don't milk it. All right, enough. This has been my favourite story on the web this week. Russian President Dmitry Medvedev was caught on camera having a bit of a boogie at an official function. Here he is, we've got a little clip of it here. So it's amazing. It's the guy in the grey shirt in the middle. There's the not-so-secret service guy over there. Oh, he's coming over to stop the filming. Oh, no, he's just gonna bust a move. Oh, amazing. I love that. What you didn't actually hear is, just before this clip, what you didn't hear is the Secret Service guy go, get down, on it. But let's have another look again, just to take in the glory of Medvedev's dancing. Here it is one more time. Look at the moves, man. What's like going on? What I love about it is it's like a live-action remake of Wallace and Gromit's The Wrong Trousers, isn't it? Help me, Gromit! I'm dancing like a bellend. I can't control these things. It's brilliant. It's like, who taught this guy to dance? Like Carlton from The Fresh Prince. But you know what else? What intrigues me, right, is in the middle, there is a photographer pointing away from the Russian president. Like, what could be happening that is taking his attention away from the Russian president dancing like a knobhead? What could possibly be, like Obama body popping, David Cameron doing his David Brent impersonation, or is Berlusconi just fingering a waitress? So what have I learned from looking at the internet for 10 weeks? Well, first thing I can tell you, kids, teachers, Facebook do not mix. Let me give you an example, right? A kid has been expelled for putting his genitals into a teacher's mug, then taking a picture and putting it on Facebook. That is taking teabagging to a whole new level. But you think that's bad? You should see what he did in her handbag. Now you're making your own jokes there. But I'd love to have been there the moment when she realised what he'd done. She'd be like, oh, just have a look. See what the kids have been up to on Facebook. There we go. Silly picture. A little bastard. If you look for it, you won't find it. The photo, which the boy tagged 2 balls, 1 cup, has been removed from Facebook, rightly so. But I am wondering, like, how did they identify the boy? Like, did they have to dust the mug for wrinkle prints? Or did the head teacher, like, have an ID parade? Just like, yes, bring that pretty Asian boy from year 9, make sure he comes down. But the head teacher, the culprit was white. Doesn't matter. So, what else have I learned on the internet? Well, it's good for campaigns. We've heard about slut walk. Yes. Basically, what's happened is a policeman has caused an online protest by suggesting that women should avoid dressing like sluts if they don't want to get raped. Yeah. What a bellend. But the policeman, who I'm judging by his attitude is from 1807, also prefixed this by saying, I shouldn't really be saying this. So he actually knew that he was saying something wrong, but he just decided to override the dickhead filter in his head. So basically what's happened is that, like, there's all these anti-rape protests that are, like, springing up all over the world. Now, I'm a little bit unsure about this because I'm thinking, well, do we need anti-rape protests? Because it's not like there's a pro-rape movement, you know what I mean? The campaign headed by Mike Tyson. You know, you haven't heard both sides of the argument. What? He was convicted, so I can say that. So the demonstration has been named Slut Walk. This is a picture from the Boston Slut Walk. There we go. That's how the girls are being ironic because they're dressed sluttily to make their point. But what they don't realise is they're being followed. I don't mean to be awkward about it, because the name Slut Walk is going to attract the wrong type of guy, isn't it, really? There's 2 guys in the background going, keep it up, girls, we are. And what you can't see as well in the background is the entire Chelsea football squad. Just hoping to pick off the slowest one in the herd. Anyways, this is my favourite story on the web this week. A man got trapped in a German women's prison because he mistook it for a shortcut to the park. Well, to be fair, what he actually said was he was looking for some bush. It sounds like every man's fantasy, doesn't it, to be trapped in a women's prison? Like, yeah, if it's a prison in Sweden, do you know what I mean? We're now going to restrain you in the sauna. Take that. How does it feel? You want more water on the coals? But the reality is, you know that the reality is that basically he's going to be on laundry detail getting fisted by Big Goethe. That's the truth of it. Right, is that none of the guards spotted him. But to be fair, this is a German women's prison. He was probably the prettiest one in there. That, ladies and gentlemen, has been my week on the web. You have been awesome. I've been Andi Osho. Cheers. Good night.